Today on Hopped Up, we are going to be reviewing Berry Noir from Boulevard Brewing Company out of Kansas City, Missouri. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Hopped Up. Thank you for joining us again. This is the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking. As always, I am Ben. There is Jay in his red Ole Miss shirt, hotty toddy, and Andy is in the attic. What are we drinking today?
Ben, I want to hear you say it again.
Man, I am so excited. I can't even get the word right. So finally getting a sour.
We are. We're going to Kansas City, correct? And having a little berry noir. So sour ale with mixed berries, 4.2% alcohol by volume. I didn't see the IBUs. Did you guys?
It's 11. Went to Boulevard Brewing's website, and they cited at 11. Little contradiction. I looked at Untappd first, and they had it at 10, but we're going with 11 according to
10, 11. I mean, you're twiddling bits at that point.
Yeah. I'm glad we finally get a sour on here. I like sours too, and I know Ben is a happy boy now.
Get away from an IPA.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of neat. I know generally what a sour was, but it's such a wide range, and I was trying to look up as much information, but it's just like so many fruited type of beers that a lot don't use hops. They ferment. It's like a wild fermentation based on the fruit that they use. So you get a lot of crazy flavors with a sour. So,
well, I can hardly wait.
I know. I don't want to talk too much. I want to drink more. I want to drink too much now.
You can talk after we open it. After we crack this and get it poured.
I was curious to see the color. This is nice.
Yeah, this is our first sour review, so I am super, super excited.
And interestingly, on their website, they recommended just putting it in a pint glass. Usually a lot of sours, they're like, put it in, like some are chalice and flute. What type of glass would you call that?
That's just, I would call that just a chalice, or it's not quite a tulip. So
yeah.
But
smell the fruit.
Yeah,
can. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates. Good stuff, man. The flavor is even more than the aroma. Yeah. It's even more that berry fruity flavor.
It's almost on the wine scale, if you want to go that far.
And it's just the right amount of alcohol taste to it, that it's not too boozy, and but it doesn't taste too flat or watery. Because you get some sours that it's like, it smells great, but it's like a watery, stale taste to it.
Right. No, this definitely it all those fruits hit you in the mouth, and it's fantastic. And just the can itself says sour ale with mixed berries. So I think I read blackberry, and obviously the picture that we have here on the screen shows some blackberries around it. That was taken from their website, but it also, the can also says dark, tart, and crisp.
Yeah, it said on their website that they did blackberries and blueberries. So, man, it's great.
Yeah, I did a little bit of reading on the Boulevard Brewery. I thought it had a very interesting story. The guy that started it, and Andy, I'm sure you kind of, Jay, maybe y'all saw the same thing. But he went to Europe. I think he had some European beers, and basically came home and couldn't find them, anything really like that, and so decided to start a brewery. And that was think in the late 80s,
Mhm.
and started in Kansas City. And seems like they have, grown exponentially. And I think they, in 2014, sold to Duval.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I thought that
definitely
was so
interesting
cool.
story.
Because I mean, early 80s, I think, and he's in the Midwest,
Yeah.
he's in the home of big macro brew light
Yep.
lagers, I think, all the Budweiser and the
Yeah.
Coors, and then so he can't find it. And what does he do? He sells his house, and he starts brewing in his home. And or no, his carpenter. He was a carpenter, and
Yep.
he converted this building that he did his work in, where he lived, part of it, and started brewing and selling the drafts. And little by little, he makes it, and they're huge now. I didn't realize how
Yeah.
big they were. I'd never really heard of them.
I had not either. And but yeah, if you get a chance, we'll put the link to the website down in the comments or in the description. Go check it out. It's a really cool story, a lot more detail than we're providing here. But definitely, as we're kind of been doing this, we go and try to research some breweries and some beers, and often we can't find a whole lot. Some of these smaller breweries, and maybe this is because this one's not so small anymore, but definitely a lot of good information on their website about their history and process. So definitely was fun reading through that.
Yeah, I wish we could get them Boulevard around here, because this is the only one I think I've had. Based on it, really good.
Yeah,
I'd like
they
to have more.
actually, we can get it here where I am in the North Alabama area. And see if I had any of their beers. I've had one, and it was a cinnamon bun ale. Nice brown imperial double. Was very, very pleased with. Just like this, I mean, it's great beer.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I actually picked this up along with some of the other beers that you'll see on our channel. I picked it up in Colorado. Definitely glad I did. Of course, being loving sours, it jumped out at me when I saw the box, and so I grabbed it, and happy that I've got a couple of more of these in my fridge. So, all right, with that, are we ready to rate?
Let's rate this.
Yeah.
All right. Jay, I'm going to make you go first, because you are not, I'm not the IPA guy. You're not the sour guy, I would say, just amongst three of us. Andy's in the middle. So why don't you kick it off?
Yeah, happy to do that, Ben. I think it's a great offering. Boulevard did a fantastic job. It's got some carbonation to it, and almost, like I said, to me, it's almost a little bit on the wine side with the berries and the fermentation. But a solid 6.5. Like, and my warning is your warning. I'm not a sour guy. That's Ben. But this is definitely a good offering, and I've enjoyed it and appreciate sharing it with you guys.
I guess sour and tart is a good way to describe Ben, right?
Is that why I like those so much? Is that what you're getting at? Yeah. So on the other vein, is Jay bitter? Is that
he's bitter, but he can get kind of hoppy now,
Well,
I've been called bitter before in different contexts.
I'm sure.
All those descriptors that we're discussing on the IPA on their labels. We can describe Jay as lush, and pillowy, juicy,
soft.
Yeah. Well, I'll go next. I like it. Really good. I'm giving it an 8. Great sour. I'll definitely buy it if I see it again. It's easy to drink. So good job, Boulevard.
Yep. Yeah, definitely glad I picked this one up. It's going to be a 9 for me, easily. I think from the sours that I've had, definitely ranks up there at the top. and definitely glad that the box jumped out at me and I grabbed it and we were able to give it a shot today. So really, really excited again that I have a few more left. All right, that gives us a 7.8 for the Berry Noir. I'm not going to say that word right. From Boulevard Brewing Company out of Kansas City, Missouri. Appreciate you guys checking us out. Be sure to like, subscribe, share that notification bell. Also, we've now started setting up links on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check out the description below, and you can catch us on those platforms as well. For Jay, Andy in the attic, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, mates.